If you have lost desire and someone told you it's probably your hormones, I need you to hear this. That explanation is keeping you stuck. Not because hormones don't matter at all, they do, but they're not the full picture of why you don't desire sex. The hormone narrative has become a convenient way to avoid looking at what is actually going on. And I'm going to show you what that is. In the next few minutes, I'll explain why the hormone explanation falls apart for most women, what is actually driving your missing desire, and what to focus on instead of chasing your next lab test. You have had your levels checked. Maybe everything came back normal and now you feel even more confused. Or maybe something was slightly off and then you tried the creams, the supplements, the replacements, but desire still hasn't returned. And now you're wondering if you just have not found the right fix yet or something deeper is wrong. I'm Lauren Wolf. I'm a registered psychotherapist and a sex therapist. After working with hundreds of women on this exact issue, I can tell you the hormone-first approach fails most of the time. Not because hormones are irrelevant, but because they are rarely the primary driver. And until you understand what it is, you will keep solving the wrong problem. I am going to walk you through the 5 truths about hormones and desire that challenge everything you have been told and show you where to actually focus your attention. Here is why the hormone narrative is so popular. It is simple and it removes responsibility. Your hormones are off means it is not your fault, not your relationship's fault, and not anything you need to examine too closely. Just fix the chemistry and desire returns. Doctors like it because they can test and they can prescribe. Women like it because it offers a clean, clear villain. But simple does not mean accurate. And for most women, the hormone explanation is a starting point that becomes a dead end. Blaming hormones for lost desire is like blaming the thermometer for the temperature. It is measuring something, but it's not the cause. I see women who have spent years and thousands of dollars chasing hormone optimization. They have tried everything and they still do not want sex because hormones were never the main issue. They were a convenient place to look that avoided the harder questions. Ask yourself, am I drawn to the hormone explanation because evidence points there or because it feels easier than examining my relationship, my stress, or my emotional state? And here's what the research actually shows. If hormones were the primary driver of desire, women with optimal hormone levels would have thriving sex lives, but they don't. I work with women whose labs look perfect. Estrogen, testosterone, thyroid, they're all within range and they feel nothing. Meanwhile, women with suboptimal labs sometimes have robust desire because the conditions in their lives and relationships support it. Hormones are one input in a complex system. They are not the control switch everyone pretends they are. If hormones controlled desire, every woman with good labs would want sex, but they don't. That should tell you something. When women come to me after hormone treatment failed, they're often more confused than before. My levels are optimized now. Why don't I want my husband? Well, because desire was never primarily a hormone problem. It was a conditions problem wearing a hormone mask. Think of desire like a car. Hormones are the oil. You need oil for the engine to run well, but if the car will not start, checking the oil over and over will not help if the real issue is that you are out of gas or the battery is dead. Hormones are one component. They are rarely the reason the car is not moving. So if it is not hormones, what is actually turning off desire? If this is challenging what you have been told, subscribe to this channel. I post weekly on what is actually happening with desire and intimacy. Link in the description. Here is what the hormone narrative ignores: your nervous system and your subconscious. When you are chronically stressed, overwhelmed, carrying the mental load, or emotionally exhausted, your body shifts into survival mode. Survival mode is not interested in sex. It is interested in getting through the day. You can have the perfect hormone levels and your system would still say, not now, we're in crisis. This is not a deficiency you can supplement. It is a state your body is in because of the conditions of your life. Your nervous system or your subconscious needs can veto your hormones. And for most overwhelmed women, that is exactly what is happening. Women describe feeling touched out, exhausted by 8 p.m., running on fumes. There is nothing wrong with them or their bodies, but rather their bodies are in protection mode, and protection mode does not make room for desire. No amount of testosterone cream overrides a nervous system that feels unsafe or depleted. Do I feel like I'm constantly in go mode with little time to rest or feel calm? Does my body feel like it is running on survival rather than thriving? Even when I have time for intimacy, does my system feel too depleted to engage? If yes, your nervous system state is likely overriding whatever your hormones are doing. But the nervous system is only one part of it. There is something else the hormone narrative completely ignores. Here's the biggest blind spot in the hormone conversation. Desire does not happen in isolation. It happens in relationship. How you feel about your partner, how safe intimacy feels, whether you have unspoken resentments, whether your needs are being met outside the bedroom. These factors shape desire far more than your estrogen levels. You can optimize every hormone in your body, but if your relationship feels disconnected, if intimacy feels like labor, if emotional safety is missing, desire will not return. Because desire is not just biological, it's relational. No hormone in the world can make you want something or someone you feel disconnected from. I ask women, if everything in your relationship felt emotionally safe, connected, and mutual, would you be more interested in intimacy? The answer is almost always yes. That tells you the issue is not biological chemistry, it's relational conditions. Stop assuming desire is purely a body chemistry issue. Stop ignoring relationship dynamics while chasing medical solutions, and stop treating desire as something that happens independent of how you feel about your partner. But start examining whether emotional connection and safety are present. Start asking whether unspoken resentments or disconnection might be factors, and start recognizing that desire responds to the relationship, not just to hormones. So where does this leave you if hormone treatment hasn't worked or doesn't feel like the right path? If you want desire to return, stop focusing exclusively on body chemistry and start focusing on life conditions. What is the state of your nervous system? Overwhelmed or regulated? What is the state of your relationship? Is it connected or is it distant? What is the state of intimacy itself? Is it safe and inviting or costly and pressured? These conditions determine whether desire shows up far more than lab results. Hormones can support desire when conditions are right, but they cannot create desire when conditions are wrong. Hormones are the soil, conditions are the climate. You can have the perfect soil, but nothing grows in a drought. Think of desire like a garden. Hormones are the nutrients in the soil. Important? Yes. But if there's no water, no sunlight, and the ground is frozen, the best soil in the world will not produce anything. The water is emotional safety. The sunlight is connection. The temperature is your nervous system state. Fix the climate and things start to grow again. Tonight, I want you to do this. Assess your nervous system state. On a scale of 1 to 10, how depleted or overwhelmed do you feel you are on a daily basis? If it is above a 6, your nervous system is likely suppressing desire regardless of hormones. And I want you to ask, do you feel emotionally connected to your partner right now? Are there unspoken resentments or frustrations sitting between you? Does intimacy feel like something that would add to your life or drain it? And ask yourself honestly, if my nervous system felt calm and my relationship felt deeply connected, would I be more interested in intimacy? If yes, you have your answer about where to focus. The path is not more hormone tests. It is addressing what is actually in the way. This shifts you from passive patient waiting for a medical fix to active participant examining the real conditions affecting your desire. Hormones may play a supporting role, but for most women, the primary drivers are nervous system state and relational conditions. Addressing those is what actually moves the needle. The hormone explanation is not wrong. It's just incomplete though. And when incomplete explanations become the whole story, women spend years chasing solutions that cannot work because they're aimed at the wrong target. Your hormones may need support, but your desire needs something more: a regulated nervous system, emotional safety, and relational connection. That is where desire actually lives. In the next video, I am breaking down the warning signs that your marriage is becoming a roommate situation and how to stop it before it gets worse. Click the link around this video and watch it now.